The people's princess, the prison cell, Sofia, a beautiful princess with flowing red hair, finds herself thrown into a filthy, cramped prison cell. The air is thick with the stench of rats. Other female prisoners glare at her with hostility. Despite her attempts to stay calm, the cell's dim oil lamp does little to ease her unease. The hard stone floor offers no comfort as she curls up into a ball trying to sleep. But the rats scurrying around her feet make that impossible. She's finally allowed to stand up. Her legs are wobbly and weak from sitting in one position for so long. The prison door opens and 2 soldiers enter, each holding a stale piece of dry bread. Without a word, they toss the bread to her and leave. As the door clangs shut, Sofia realizes that this will be her only food for the day. With no other option, she slowly eats the bread, trying to ignore the jeers and taunts of the other prisoners. One of the older inmates, a woman named Bria, struts towards her. "It's like we have ourselves a princess," she sneers. "Let me guess. You think you're too good for us? Don't bother wiping that smug look off your face. You're just another nameless prisoner here." Bria grabs Saya's braid and yanks her head back. "What's your name, girl?" she demands. "It's Princess Sofia." "Princess my foot," Bria scoffs, shoving her roughly. "From now on, you're just another nameless prisoner to me." The following morning, the prisoners are dragged out of their cells and lined up outside. Soldiers approach them, their expressions stern. "Today you will work in the gemstone mines," one of the soldiers announces. "Will be separated into groups based on your size and strength. Those who can't meet their quotas will face extra punishment." Fear ripples through the prisoners. Due to her small and delicate frame, Sofia is sent to the most inhospitable part of the mine. The other female prisoners exchange knowing glances. At the entrance, a burly man, presumably the supervisor, directs the women towards their designated areas. With a grunt, he shoves a basket into Sofia's hands. "Fill this by the end of the day or you'll regret it." As she steps into the mine, she hears snickers from the male workers. Sofia ignores them and focuses on her task. However, soon faces harassment from the male workers, who find her presence irritating. The women also seem jealous of her, believing she's being favored by the male supervisor. Despite their catty remarks, Sofia manages to gather a decent amount of gems by midday. But as the male workers leave for lunch, they threaten to sabotage her if she doesn't comply with their advances. Undeterred, Sofia continues working. As the work bell rings, signaling lunch, the female prisoners gather together. Among them, a young mother with a baby at her breast exchanges anxious glances with another inmate. Their lunch break is about to end and they haven't gathered enough food. Suddenly, Bria strides over, grabs the baby from the mother's arms, and hurls it onto the ground. The baby cries out, prompting the mother to lunge at Bria. "Give him back, you bitch!" she screams. Before the mother can reach her baby, however, Bria tosses the child to a corner. She then notices Sofia watching nearby with concern. "What are you going to do about it, princess?" she challenges. "I don't want any trouble," Sofia replies cautiously. The mother, tears streaming down her face, begs Sofia for help, but the latter holds up her hands in defense. "I'm sorry, but I don't want to get involved." She offers the mother half of her meager lunch. "Here, at least your child won't go hungry." The mother shakes her head, refusing to accept the food. "No, I must earn his food. It's the only way." The work bell rings again, ending their break. As the prisoners disperse to their work areas, Bria grabs Sofia's basket, dumping the contents on the ground. "You think you can steal our food? We earn everything we get. And if you want to play hero, you can start digging for your own." Sofia works diligently, determined to fill her basket by the end of the day. Finally, when the bell rings, signaling the end of the shift, she presents her full basket to the kind mother. The mother, overcome with gratitude, looks at Bria and her accomplices, who are eyeing Sofia hungrily. "Watch what you're doing," Bria warns, advancing towards Sofia. One of her accomplices grabs the princess by the hair, pulling her away from the mother. "This gem would look better on me," she says, examining one of Sofia's earrings. "Hand it over," another accomplice demands. Unexpectedly, Sofia swats the woman's hand away, causing her to lose her balance. Surprised by Sofia's swift reaction, the other prisoners also step back. Agility, she dodges their grasp and scurries away. Seizing the opportunity, she slips past them and runs toward the exit. The prisoners follow her, unsure of her intentions. They all pile up at the entrance, jostling for position. Realizing she's trapped, Sofia pushes her way through the crowd. "Move, you stupid cow," she shouts at a woman blocking her path. As she reaches the exit, she spots the mother and child waiting for her. "Come on," she urges, grabbing the mother's hand. Together, they run toward the open fields beyond the prison walls. The sound of the work bell rings, signaling the end of the shift. Sofia sleeps fitfully, haunted by nightmares of the gemstone mines. Suddenly, footsteps awaken her. Rubbing sleep from her eyes, she sees shadowy figures approaching. Before she can react, Bria and her accomplices pounce on her, pinning her down. "So you think you're hot stuff," Princess Bria sneers, straddling her chest. "We'll teach you a lesson you won't forget." One of the women grabs her braid, pulling her hair taut. "Why did you give all your gems to that old hag?" Bria demands, her eyes blazing with anger. "I wanted to help her." "She needed it more than I did," Sofia replies defiantly. "She can barely even walk, let alone work. If you don't hand over what you earned today, we'll make sure she suffers even more." Bria leans close to Sofia, whispering menacingly, "Do you really think you can protect her? Think again." In a flash, Bria strikes. But before she can land a blow, Sofia rolls away, dodging the attack. "You think that's funny?" Bria snarls, lunging at her again. This time Sofia is ready. She grabs Bria's leg and flips her off balance. As the other women close in, Sofia leaps to her feet and delivers a swift kick to the nearest one. Startled by her sudden burst of energy, the women momentarily step back. "Don't ever try to bully someone weaker than you again," Sofia warns, her voice trembling with exertion. "And whatever you earn today, you will share it with those who cannot earn their own." The women hesitate, unsure of what to do next. Seeing her chance, Sofia takes off running. She slips between the barracks, moving swiftly and silently. Suddenly, a young boy hiding under a blanket stirs. He peeks out and witnesses Sofia's daring escape. Days turn into weeks, and Sofia continues to work in the mines. Her relationship with the mother and child grows, along with her influence over the other prisoners. One day, while collecting gems, Sofia notices how rough they are, clearly not worth the high prices the nobles pay for finished pieces. An idea strikes her. If the warden could sell the jewelry to noblewomen, instead of buying them from middlemen, he would earn more money and gain favor with the king. Skeptical but desperate for a way out, the warden agrees to her plan. Sofia spends her evenings sketching designs, which she submits to the warden the following morning. The warden is impressed and agrees to send them with a courier to the capital. To her delight, the jewelry is a hit. Orders pour in, making the warden very rich and powerful. Though he treats the prisoners better now, still assigns extra work as punishment. Sofia's jewelry earns her many perks, including a private room separate from the other prisoners. But one morning she wakes to find her jewelry destroyed and her room ransacked. The warden interrogates the prisoners, but none confess to the crime. Suspecting Bria, Sofia pours phosphorus powder on the floor, creating a bright white trail leading to Bria's room. When confronted, Bria breaks down, admitting her jealousy and hatred toward Sofia. Instead of having her punished, Sofia requests the warden to assign Bria and her accomplices to work in the gem processing area. Over the next few days, the girls work diligently, earning the respect of the other prisoners. As weeks pass, Sofia continues to plan her escape, observing the guards and learning that they are stationed on an island. She begins gathering supplies, collecting wooden crates and storing them in her room. At the same time, her jewelry designs continue to bring in orders, improving the living conditions of the prisoners. One day, Sofia shares a secret smile with the young boy who witnessed her escape from the barracks. He has become her informant, keeping her informed about the guards' routines. On the day of the escape, Sofia wakes up early. Following her plan, she instructs the mother to drug the guards' soup with a sleep-inducing mushroom. Meanwhile, Sofia sneaks into the kitchen and replaces the mushroom-laced soup with the original. As the guards eat the soup, they become drowsy and fall asleep. The mother and her accomplices take the unconscious guards to the beach where Sofia and the young boy have launched a raft made from the wooden crates. The prisoners clamber aboard and set off into the dark waters. However, they soon crash into hidden reefs, puncturing holes in the raft. Water starts pouring in, threatening to capsize the raft. The prisoners cling to it desperately, their hopes of freedom fading. Just as all hope seems lost, a royal ship emerges from the darkness. The soldiers on board help the prisoners onto the ship, and the young boy rushes to the captain, whispering excitedly, Look, Captain, it's her. She's here. The captain turns, his eyes widening in recognition. Princess Sofia, is that really you? He exclaims. Sofia nods, her face pale with exhaustion.
Ow.
Did you escape? The captain asks, helping her aboard. That's not important right now. I need your help, Sofia says, explaining that she was imprisoned because she uncovered corruption in the gemstone industry, and the warden planned to keep her there forever. The captain assures her that he'll do whatever it takes to help her. Thank you, Sofia whispers, finally feeling the weight of her ordeal lifting. As the ship approaches the capital, the captain calls for a deck. Congratulations, Princess. You have uncovered a huge conspiracy involving corrupt officials and smugglers, he says, gesturing to a group of men behind him. They were planning to overthrow the king and establish a new regime. Before Sofia can respond, the men rush toward her, restraining her arms and legs. What? Why? She cries out, struggling against them. Sorry, Princess, but you've been a great help, but we can't have you alive. Terrified, she struggles, calling out for help. The captain watches impassively. Just as the men are about to strike the fatal blow, a familiar voice booms across the deck. Stop. What do you think you're doing? The men turn, revealing a handsome count standing before them with an angry expression. Count Alaric, what an unexpected pleasure, the captain says, bowing slightly. I see you found the princess first. Congratulations. The count turns to Sofia, his eyes filled with warmth. Are you all right, Sofia? They didn't hurt you, did they? He gently brushes a strand of hair away from her face. No, it's fine, Alaric, thank you. Turning to the captain, Alaric says, Take these men to the dungeon. They will face justice for their crimes. The captain nods and leads the men away. Alaric helps Sofia to her feet and says, You did well, Sofia. Now come with me. Well, introduce you to the king. As the sun sets over the kingdom, the people gather in the town square, their faces a mix of anticipation and anxiety. Standing before them is none other than Princess Sofia, now restored to her rightful place as heir to the throne. Beside her stands the count who played a pivotal role in exposing the conspiracy and bringing justice to the kingdom. His arm is gently around her shoulders, a silent testament to their growing bond. At her command, hundreds of prisoners are released, their shackles broken and spirits lifted. They had been falsely imprisoned, their loyalty and innocence questioned, merely because they dared to oppose the corrupt regime. Many of the prisoners, their faces etched with years of suffering, embraced their families, the joy of reunion echoing through the square. Some kneel before Sofia, thanking her for her compassion and bravery. Others raise their voices in unison, chanting, Long live the Queen, long live the Queen. As the cheers subside, Sofia addresses her people. Her voice, though soft, carries the weight of determination. My kingdom will no longer harbor corruption or deceit, she declares. Those who serve the false king will face justice, but those who stood by me will be rewarded. Looking at the count, she smiles, a promise in her eyes. Then turning back to her subjects, she adds, From this day forward, we shall rebuild our kingdom. Brick by brick, trust by trust, until it stands as a beacon of hope and justice for all. The crowd erupts once more, their voices ringing with approval and hope for the future. Sofia stands before the people, her figure framed by the warm glow of the setting sun. Her red hair shines like a beacon, drawing the gaze of all who behold her. The common folk murmur among themselves, admiration evident in their voices. Some touch the sapphire pendant around their necks, a symbol of the princess's unwavering commitment to justice and equality. As the last rays of sunlight paint the sky in hues of orange and purple, Sofia feels a deep sense of responsibility mixed with hope. The journey that began in the depths of despair has led her to this moment, standing as a symbol of transformation and triumph. Her every step, every decision, will now shape the destiny of her people, and she is determined to lead them towards a brighter, more equitable future. The tale of Princess Sofia echoes through the ages, whispered from one generation to the next.
Oh, I see.
Her story serves as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can endure, and that one person's courage can indeed spark a revolution. Thank you for watching. Kindly like and share our video. Subscribe our channel for more interesting videos.